when my hands were empty, when my hope was gone. I couldn't help but wonder, what had I done wrong? But through my heart was broken, there was no need to despair, 'cause a vessel must be broken to put something better there. Into my empty hands, gently you pour new life for me. Yours is the perfect plan. The ups and the downs were meant to be. Now I understand, you needed my empty hands. So forgive me when I doubt it. I must admit sometimes I do consider giving up, 'cause I cannot see the truth. I know I'll never go without it. You're deep and abiding love. Into my empty hands, gently you pour new life for me. Yours is the perfect plan. The ups and the downs were meant to be, and I cannot help but cry to think of the gifts you've given me. And now I understand, you needed my empty hands. Thank you, my empty hands.
So let's just use this moment to move into meditation. And empty hands is a perfect theme, just a perfect way to think about us going into this meditation. We just open our hands, and like we did last week, thinking about our physical hands, our metaphysical hands too, that are there to just accept, absorb, just catch the gifts, right? And so once again, if you'd like to have your hands facing palms up on your lap, that receptive mudra. In India, they say that the mudra just sets your whole consciousness, your whole being. This simple gesture says we allow the grace to happen through us. We allow the joy to express as us. We allow any and all insights that come from the music or Luchan's talk just come through. And so today we're listening with the inner ear. As Michael Beckwith would say, the ear behind the physical ear. We're feeling with the heart behind the physical heart. We're so grateful. And those of you who may look at the meditation slide, it's a picture of a reflection, and to me it says, as above, so below. But it also says, per Luchan's talk today, I think, what we hold inside reflects our experience of the outside world. Regardless of chaos, regardless of condition, if we hold peace in our inner world, it's going to reflect to us as our whole experience. So let's just rest into this heart space for a moment with empty hands and empty heart, just opening to be filled up with love, insight, wisdom, abundance, wholeness, clarity, truth. And so now let our hearts be full with joy as we step forward into this day. And I call it blessed, and so it is.
Thank you for having me back. I want to talk about the love I always feel when I come here to Unity SF. It's very, very unique. I don't know what it is, but I always freak myself out and get really nervous. And it never fails. The first person I see always just gives me this bright smile, and I'm like, why was I nervous? Why was I nervous coming here? And I'm admitting that now, but usually when this happens, I pretend like I wasn't nervous the whole time. It's usually what I do. Like, what? Oh, nah, me. But I was nervous, I'm not gonna lie. See, we're talking about how our thoughts shape our reality. And another thing I must say is, and I'm sure you know for sure, Reverend, that every sermon you get is not for the congregation, it's for yourself. And me personally, God and I have this understanding. God knows that I am very, very hard-headed. Okay, whenever God gives me an assignment, no, I don't feel like it, no. So God is very clever. And I'll get this sermon, and I'm so happy because I get to see these beautiful faces and talk about God, because what's more fun than talking about God all day? That's what I love doing. But God knows that I'm too afraid to talk to myself. So y'all are here so that God can give me my assignment, and I don't have to feel like something's going on with me. We're talking about perception. Now, just a little background about myself. I grew up a really skinny kid and short and was afraid of everything, and all the bigger kids could do the monkey bars and flip off the bars and just do all this daredevil stuff, and I was a very frightened kid. And so, from that, gradually, I learned how to carry a victim consciousness with me. Everything was happening to me. The universe was happening to me. That's just how I felt. That show, Everybody Hates Chris, My aunt hates that title, and I was like, no, auntie, you don't understand. He's talking about how he grew up really believing the entire world was against him. That was me. What I'm realizing now, we get to decide what experience we want to have. Do we truly understand that the universe has no bounds? And I'm talking about it is endless, forever and ever expanding. You will never find the end of the universe. It is always expanding. What this means is that right where you sit, right exactly where you sit, you are the center of your universe. And you are commanding everything that's going on right now. Now, when I first grasped this concept, I felt empowered. I was like, yeah, that's right. I'm the center of my universe. And then I realized that I also get to take responsibility for those things I don't like so much in my life as well, because I'm the center of my universe. Now, how many of us are enjoying this beautiful sunshine we have today? See that? We know here in the Bay Area that if there's sunshine in San Francisco, there is sunshine everywhere in the planet. We love it. Something that makes the Bay Area worthwhile here is that we don't get that sunshine like that all the time, which means when we earn it, we cherish it. Now, of course, we love sunshine, we love rainbows, we love flowers, but we're also forgetting that with all of those things also comes rain. Oh, we love flowers, don't we? All kinds of flowers and looking at the flowers, but the rain part, we don't always like that so much. You see where I'm going. Everybody sees the metaphor. We, all of us are flowers in the garden of God. Sprouting, constantly growing, constantly just shedding and coming back anew all the time. We are constantly doing that. Yet, we have to remember that we are made of both the same rain and sunshine of God. Just take a minute and think about what you've been through. Those not so happy moments, those moments that didn't have so much sunshine. Think about what you've been through and look about what you are today. Look at how beautiful you are. Look at how much wisdom you have. Look at what you survived. I have to remind myself of this because often I'll think about times where I put my foot in my mouth, just was a little too loose at the company party and just said some things that I think about, like, why did I say that? Oh my goodness, I really said that out loud. And just chill out. First of all, you're not the first to do that at this party. This is what makes life fun. One of the best pieces of advice I ever got when I was working as a bank teller at Wells Fargo, it's the one on 12th and Broadway in downtown Oakland. It's closed now. I tell everybody that because there's a story there. Please do not just look at that and say, closed Wells Fargo. A lot of spiritual transformation happened from in there. And my coworker, Ron, he saw me just having a rough day. And he finally just told me, listen, man, don't take life too serious because we're not going to survive it anyway. And when he first said that, I'm like, that is a terrible thing and I just started laughing uncontrollably because he was right. Perception is everything. Perception is literally everything. It is the lens that we are looking with. It shapes everything we're looking at. Just in that quote he gave me, I just thought about how this precious thing called life that we have, that we protect, that we really want to preserve as much as we want, if we look with a different perception, we can call life itself a curse right there. Let's just think about what things were going on before life, right, outside of mommy. At first, we were inside mommy. Everything was feeding us, and it was warm, and we were comfortable. Wasn't too much space. We fit perfectly in there. Oh, it was great. That was the best room you ever had, just right there with mommy. Didn't know her face, but you knew who she was, didn't you? And then one day, just this day you didn't even know was coming, you got your eviction notice. Out into the world we are. We get to experience gravity and cold and stubbing your toe and times tables and school bullies and oh my goodness. We can call life itself the ultimate tragedy if we look with a different perception. If we really want to, everything can be a curse if we want. And we know people like that. Everything's terrible. Everything's happening to them. And oh my goodness, it's just a terrible, scary place we live in. And we also know people who live on that other extreme too, don't we? I'm realizing now at 44 years old that this thing called luck does exist. And it is a choice. It is a consciousness right now. Where you sit, you can decide that you are lucky. It's consciousness. The universe only knows one word. What is it? Somebody knows this word. What is the one word the universe knows that is constantly saying it all the time?
Yes.
To our thoughts, to our actions, to our non-actions, to our emotions, to our beliefs, the universe is always saying yes. This is why we meditate. This is why we shed off the day, because right now is the only thing that matters anyway. Do we really trust this or not? I have to ask myself, if I truly trust that God is all there is, then there is no reason for me to worry about anything. I have a quote for us right fast. I actually took notes. It's just I got to talking to y'all and just it felt like home again. I thought, hey, wait a minute. You have notes today. Wait a minute. This one I like. The mind is the seat of perception of the things we hear and feel and see. It is through the mind that we see the beauties of the earth and sky, or music of art, in fact, of everything. That silent shuttle of thought, writing in and throughout the cell, weaves into one harmonious whole myriad of moods of mind, and we all call it life. Excuse my left-handedness. Charles Fillmore said that. We're talking about that with our thoughts and with our beliefs, we are weaving our reality right now as we speak. That's also very, very empowering, but also very frightening for me because I have an imagination. I can really believe I'm so important that the government is after me. I really believe, like, come on, the government is not after you, Luchan, stop. But you couldn't tell me any different. And there are those who, when they believe that, you cannot tell them any different. This is why perception is everything, because we can create our own reality, our own cell right here. My grandmother tells me that every time we see something in the news that upsets us, that is our opportunity to pray and remember our truth. Now, no, I did not grow up a Christian. I did not grow up with the Bible, but something that's beautiful is that I, growing up New Thought, was trained to see the truth in everything. I don't need to know every religion because I know that all of us are saying the same thing. And I have many names, just like you have many names. My name isn't just Brother Luchan. It's Father, it's Son, it's Dad, it's Brother, it's all these different, just like you have many different names, so God has many different names. I don't need to know it. I know that we're all talking the truth. There's just different, what am I saying, points of view. And it's all beautiful. And so with that, me not growing up Christian, me not growing up with the Bible, I've learned to appreciate a lot of the stories I read in it. And I've realized the idea of Christ coming back, we're talking about consciousness. That's what we're talking about. And let's just be honest, God is very creative, God is very abundant, God never runs out of expressions. So let's also know that to expect the exact same thing again, God does not work like that. What if the very thing we need as a wake up in consciousness is that political leader that ruffles our feathers? What if that's actually what we prayed for? Something to shake us so much that we remember right now in this moment, we need to love like never before. What if that's what's going on? Let's stop believing that we do not have power. Let's stop believing that. Cut it out. Yes, you do. I know it's frightening for me too, but you do. You have it. Right in this room, we have enough love to heal everything. But we have to know that. Maybe the darkness that you may be experiencing in some area in your life is because God wants you to remember that you are the light. Just like every light starts with that God candle. Yeah, that's a metaphor, see? We can all get our own little candle and shine our light from that God candle. That's how we started. Your God candle is already shining in you right now. And though it's always fun to go to the store and look at all the different wattage on the bulbs, right? We're buying a new bulb. It's just so fun to do that, right? Like we know what we're looking at. Oh, look at the wattage here and all. This is HD. And the only real way to test any light is to put it in the dark. Perception is everything. How else would you know how bright your light shines if you didn't have to go into the darkness every now and then? How would you know? Bodybuilders actually go to the gym daily to experience pain that most of us are running the other way from. There comes a point where you start loving it. I would love to make his music as beautiful as y'all. I would love to do that. But that takes time. That takes dedication. That takes, I could put the PlayStation down for a second and work on my music game. I don't want to do it. I look at that and be like, wow, you really took the time to do, but if you love music, what's better than making music all day? When we bring love into the equation, it makes everything that much smoother. What if I love that doctor's appointment I'm afraid of? What if I love my commute to work, even though it's a job that I do not want to have for the rest of my life, I can be happy for it right now in this moment? What if I love that relative that is constantly on my nerve, constantly just pushing all of what if I love that person? I remember I was talking to my friend about my family and how it's so many of us and we're all in each other's business and blah, blah. And he just looked at me and said, it must be really nice to have a big family full of people who love you enough to call you and get on your nerves like that. And all I could do was get quiet because he doesn't have that. He would love to have that. And here I am complaining about that. Whatever so-called problem you have in your life, understand someone would love to have it. Let's remember that all of it is God. All of it, all of it, all of it is God. We've just been here in this body, in this experience long enough to where we've cherry-picked our favorite expressions of God. Oh, sunshine, I like that. Oh, rain, I ain't feeling that. Oh, happy people, okay, I'll take that. And oh, okay, we can leave that there. It's just a salad bar. We know our favorites. But every now and then we get to eat our lima beans. I don't like them either. But we all get to eat them. What is your perception? When you look at something that frightens you, that offends you, that worries you, ask yourself, what lens am I looking at this with? Am I looking at it through love or am I looking at it through fear? Love is easy. Love is everything is an extension of me. I don't care how annoying you are, how offensive you're trying to be. I see you as God. I see you as me. You don't frighten me. Fear is when I start believing that there are two opposing forces. That's all fear is. We were here having a great time and loving each other, and somebody came in here with a hat that said something political on it, and we all freaked out because we believe that that is separate from God. But what if we remain just steadfast in our love? No matter who shows up at the party and says, you do not scare me, and I'm going to love you anyway. What if I did that? It is so easy to give in to the fear and join that party. It's very tempting, very easy. Love is a different kind of party. In order for the music to keep on playing, we all have to be on the same accord. But the party is worth it. And we need it more than ever, y'all. Let's also remember that there was a time when you were angry, when you were afraid, when you were rebellious in the world, and this world loved you through it. I promised my father 2 things I would never do. One was drink malt liquor. You gotta remember, it was the 90s. And St. Ives and Old English 800 was using hip-hop to market to our communities rapidly. So Dad was like, son, please never. And I didn't. And the other thing was sag my pants. I did that. And I remember when my uncle told me, listen, we did the same thing. We wore our naturals out and combed them out big, and we had big bell bottoms on it. We put our fist up, and our parents didn't like it either. What if this is just a cycle of life? What if it's just natural for your teenager to do the very thing that you do not want them to do, and that's just what they're supposed to do because we're supposed to get on our parents' nerves when we're teenagers? What if that's just a cycle of humanhood? What if you think my son, my 15-year-old, isn't doing the exact same thing right now? He is. And it's a beautiful thing. I listen to his music and I do the same thing my parents did. Oh, y'all got that from us. We did that first. It's a beautiful cycle. What if we just love this experience as a whole? It is those who are loving their lives fully that are the healing power that we all need when we are doubting our own lives. Has anyone ever seen someone that you just like, this person is so beautiful? I'm talking about physically, right? You're like, this person is so beautiful. But they don't believe it. You're telling them oh my goodness, you are just so, and they just, in their heart, they don't believe it. It's so sad to watch. Or you tell somebody how intelligent they are, they don't believe it. How brilliant they are or creative, and they just do not believe it. It's heartbreaking. But that shows you that perception is everything. It doesn't matter what I see, what the world sees. If you don't believe it, it doesn't exist. Remember, right where you sit, that you have enough power, enough love, enough divine intelligence in you to transform this entire experience. Please remember that. Please remind me, because there will be times where I forget that I have it. We have to remember that more than ever right now. People are being deported. People are being judged. People are being labeled, and everyone's afraid. Everyone's looking at each other crazy. Who has the courage to stand up in all of this and put the perception of love goggles on and say, you do not fail me. You do not fool me, and I will love you regardless. Who has that courage? Thank you so much, Unity. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.